All right, fans, it is time for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship match. Here comes the challenger, Mike Rotundo. Mike Rotundo, a tremendous collegiate standout athlete, has transitioned to the world of professional wrestling seamlessly and has held titles virtually everywhere he has been. Will he be able to rise to the level of the NWA World Champion? We're to find out. But this is the kind of action that Ric Flair is going to be facing 25 nights throughout the month of July. The Great American Bash kicks off on July 4th and goes through the first week of August. On July 4th, it will be the Battle Bowl. And fans, we also want to invite you to stick around. As soon as this show goes off, we're going to be having a brief backstage lounge edition right here. You don't have to leave the channel for that. We're going to be briefly going to backstage right after our final match right here. Woo! And here comes the champion. The NWA champion from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Well, Ric Flair, the longest reigning champion in the FWF currently, has held that title for over a year now, since taking it back from the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And at that time, then President Bruno Sammartino made it clear that there would be no more title matches between Flair and Rhodes. Well, there's no doubt about it. Those two men had a feud for the ages. And I, for one, would like to see them get it on one more time. $20 pounds of gold and jewels around the waist of the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and that is for what these two men will be fighting here tonight. As we take a look at the champion from Syracuse, New York, Mike Rotundo. Tremendous wrestler. He's been all around. He's fought in many different organizations, most recently NWA's Florida Championship Wrestling, where he was also very successful there. Was not quite able to attain the championship of the state, but definitely was in the running for it. Ric Flair had a contracted date that he was scheduled for. Rotundo was available. And then we've got the match. And as qualified as Rotundo may be, I don't think there's anyone in this building here tonight, except perhaps for Mike Rotundo and his parents, who think he's going to be the NWA World Champion. But anybody can be beaten on any given day. Somebody said that once. Yes, indeed he did, and I believe somebody is Ric Flair, and he ran right into a DDT. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, look at him, he's down, and Mike Rotundo, he's going to try and get a quick win right here for the title. You can't blame him for trying, because Flair clearly dazed by that. So much for the feeling out process right here. Rotundo catches him with a mid-shot, a shot to the midsection, I should say. Tremendous uppercut, and Ric Flair rolling outside the ring. Look at the look on the face of Flair. He can't believe what's happening here. James J. Dillon better get the troops under control, because Flair is dangerously close to becoming the former champion. And he goes immediately to the knee of Rotundo, and we all know why. He wants to put that figure four leg lock on, and he wants to do it sooner rather than later after the way this one began. Back elbow right to the face. And again, attacking the knee. Ric Flair is the master of the figure four leg lock, and he will continue as many times as he needs to. And now you see Rotundo bailing out. All right, Flair showing off a little bit here. Doing some of that profiling. He's well known for. Both men go for the move, and they both miss. Rotundo with a front face lock on, and now gets him up in the air. Could not hold him, and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, delivers a DDT of his own, and now Mike Rotundo. Flair's got him in the butterfly. Suplex takes him over, and his feet got caught up in the ropes. All the weight and the impact down on the shoulders and the neck of Mike Rotundo. Well, Rotundo now on the apron, and look at this. Flair just hit the shoulder right to the midsection, and Rotundo on the floor in pain. Well, Ric Flair calls himself the dirtiest player in the game, and right now is the opportunity for him to prove it. Mike Rotundo fighting back now, and Flair again attacking the knees of Mike Rotundo. On the concrete floor. Mike Rotundo really starting to absorb the punishment, and this could be devastating. Pile driver on the concrete, that might be all she wrote. Rotundo holding his head and his neck, he's hurt. The tide and the tempo of this match has gone back and forth, but right now it is clearly in favor of the world champion. And that's why he is the world champion. This is not his first rodeo by any stretch of the imagination. Same can be said for Rotundo, but he may be not used to taking the level of punishment he's getting right here now. James J. Dillon clearly happy with what he's seeing at the moment. Flair comes down. Oh, I spoke too soon because now Dillon does not look quite so happy after all. Snapmare, and now Mike Rotundo with that rear chin lock. Flair working his way back up to a vertical base, elbow right to the midsection. There he goes again. Rotundo, great job of throwing the champion off. Face first to the mat he goes. Oh, Flair countering Rotundo this time as he went for the leg. Hard to say what Mike was going to do. Now Rotundo has the leg. Snaps it over, and that's going to do some damage to the knee of the champion. Flair fighting off the ground to get back into this one. A lightning chop to the chest. Oh, come on now. That's a bimmy to the Jimmy right there. Flair outside the ring. Is that the technical term? May not be in the medical books that way, but that's what I call it. Snapmare taking him over. And now Flair with it, elbows right down to the forehead of Mike Rotundo. And Rotundo catching the champion, and now small package rolls him up. This could be it. He's got one. He's got no. Wow, that was so close. Rotundo now with a butterfly. He hooks it. Oh, he goes for the cover. He gets one. He gets two. We almost had a new champion. Almost had a new champion, and James J. Dillon is fit to be tied. And now half crab is on. The Nature Boy Ric Flair. Struggling, and he manages to turn inside and kick out of it. What a match we're getting here, fans. There were those that may have questioned the legitimacy of Mike Rotundo getting a world title match, but I think those questions have been answered. Rotundo bringing the champion out towards the middle of the ring, snaps the neck of Ric Flair. Well, we all know the history of Ric Flair with that neck, and Mike Rotundo clearly does. Goes for the cover, hooks a leg. He's out his feet up on the ropes. Taking a page out of the book of the Horseman, and Ric Flair doesn't know what the heck's going on. Well, that's called fight fire with fire, and Ric Flair, I don't think was expecting that from Mike Rotundo. Flair just got caught to the back of the neck. Fans with mixed reactions right now to Mike Rotundo's recent attack. And some of the tactics he's reached to, but that's an overhead belly-to-belly suplex, and Ric Flair deciding to roll outside the ring. Mike Rotundo so close right now to making history. Both men collide. Flair with a jawbreaker, and down goes Rotundo. I think he's out. Oh, and Flair right now starting to feel it. Stomping on the back of the knee of the challenger. Now Flair. There's that half grab, but Rotundo able to reach to the ropes. Maybe in 2K19 they'll actually reach to the ropes. Plants a knee right to the midsection, and Rotundo on the receiving end of a big elbow by the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Flair comes down again, and he missed. And now there's a roll-up small package again. The opportunity is there. 1, 2, and Flair able to kick out. Drop kick by Rotundo. He went for probably the airplane spin is my guess, but Flair caught him with a knee left coming in as he dipped his head, and now the Nature Boy has got him in the figure 4 leg lock. Can Rotundo survive? Oh, it's going to be close. It's over. What a match. What a match. The Nature Boy Ric Flair victorious here against Mike Rotundo in a match that was worthy of main event status. As we take a look back, there was Flair missing from the middle rope, and that did some damage. Look at this suplex right into a bridge. Tremendous Tigerplex. Snapmare, and again, the challenger did such an amazing job in this one. Well, at one point we see right there Mike Rotundo stooping to the tactics of Ric Flair by using the ropes to his advantage. It didn't get him the title, but it might have earned him some respect. I don't know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there he is, your winner and still the NWA's World Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Fans, we invite you to stick around. We're going to have a very brief backstage lounge edition right here with all of you with the Nation Network. Until next time, Tony Schiavone saying so long from ringside.